So it's September long weekend 2018. As we all know, this summer Alberta has been covered under smoke from wildfires in BC. This weekend we've come out to a campsite that we've seen before on some of our videos when we've been paddling down the North Saskatchewan River. So it's Sunday morning. We got out here midday yesterday on Saturday. There was a little car parked down in here, a little white Kia, I believe is what it was. I really wish now that I had paid attention to the license plate. They were camped down here at this little campsite. A couple of tents set up in the back, which was fine. Quiet, a little bit of an older couple. Or at least the lady that I met this morning and said good morning to was probably 50s to 60s year old, something like that. They packed up this morning and left. So I just kind of come over for a little bit of a walk and noticed that they had gone, so I walked over into the campsite. So the campsite is all cleaned up, other than I come across here to their fire. There's a fresh piece of wood in there smoldering away on a year where we've had wildfires in BC, we've had wildfires in Alberta, and if it's not garbage that I find in a campsite, then I come across this, and it just blows my friggin' mind that people that would come out here and camp would be so stupid and irresponsible to leave this fire going. Yeah, there's no flames, but it's smoking. You can clearly see that it's smoking. This wood will probably sit here and smoke for quite some time if we let it go. So, like the garbage that I find in a campsite, you come across something like this in the middle of a little area that is so beautiful, but so treed, and it's dry. Like we've had a fair bit of rain over the last little bit, but it is still very dry. It doesn't take nothing to go get some bushes, some shrubs out of the twigs and stuff to start a fire. So easy enough to get started. And like I said, I really wish that I would have paid attention to the license plate, because if they registered, it's easy enough for the Alberta government to say where it is. I'm going to get a hold of the people that run this campsite and see if they have it, because these people need to be told, like, this is not acceptable. It's baffling to me. Put your bloody fires out before we don't have a place to camp anymore. It's the garbage that we found. We cleaned up our site, took a bunch of old tin cans out of our site and threw in the garbage. There's a little site that somebody has come up to further down the river, the other direction, that somebody has definitely had a fire, and of course a bunch of broken bottles and glass and stuff all in the fire. Clean it up. This is disgusting, and I'm beginning to understand what the idea behind the government was. Not that I'm beginning to. I understand the idea of the people and stuff in the government that are trying to close areas down and not allow people to come into. It's our fault. It's the campers, it's the people that come out to these areas, it's them to blame. If you can't clean your site up and make it better than what you saw when you came in, you shouldn't be camping. Like, it's just absolutely disgusting, some of the stuff that we have seen. And it's such a nice little area to come out to. This is a tenter's paradise out here. Little spots. It's not noisy. It's right beside the river. If you want to keep these areas open,